Yo yo yo, what is up guys? It's Dave with the Big Afro here with a Black Ops 2 video today. Now I'd like to talk about potentially the worst gun in Black Ops 2 as of now. Now there have been a lot of patch updates since Black Ops 2 was released, and most of them focused around making the SMGs worse, especially the PDW and the MSMC. And it's come to the point where I consider the PDW to be the worst SMG, if not the worst gun in Black Ops 2. Now you may think I'm crazy because not a few months ago I made a video talking about the PDW saying it's the best gun in the game with its large 50 round magazine and great damage. But now, well, the gun's horrendous. Now I'm sure you'd like to know what made this gun so bad. Well, there have been three main differences that have changed since the game was released. The first one being the damage over range has been greatly reduced when you're using a silencer. And since the silencer is mainly the most popular attachment for all the SMGs, it has greatly reduced the potential of this gun. The second thing that's changed with the PDW is that the hipfire accuracy has been greatly reduced now. You have to use the laser sight attachment if you're going to shoot from the hip at all. And even with the laser sight attachment, it's quite a great challenge to kill people with hipfire. The third and final thing that's changed is that the accuracy and recoil when aiming down the sights has been changed drastically. When you're shooting aiming down sights now, the gun's going to bobble up and down quite a lot, and you're not really going to be on target as often. These three factors combined have made the PDW from what was once the best SMG in the game to arguably now the worst. So why did Treyarch decide to do this to the PDW? Well, the PDW is probably the most overused gun in the entirety of Black Ops 2. It was too over-centralizing. In every single game I'd see PDW, silencer and fast mags. There was no other guns being used really. Guns like the Vector and the MP7, which are great guns, just never got usage because the PDW was just too strong for them. But I don't think that Treyarch should have made this gun this bad. They should have just given it a simple damage reduction. Now, if you're like me and don't want to give up on your PDW, seeing as you've got it gold and have 5,000 kills with it already, well, there are some options you could take. You could either change your play style to suit the gun's new statistics, or you could just abandon all hope, continue playing as you are, and then just do completely terribly. But for the first option, well, I'd suggest using it more close range than you'd ever had done before. So don't engage enemies at long range. Maybe even run a second gun with overkill, like an assault rifle, if you want to pick people off at long range, or pick up another gun off the floor. But the PDW really isn't suited to long range engagements anymore, unfortunately. Well, if you really hate the PDW now, then I could suggest you abandon it completely and get a new SMG. There are many other options. For example, there's the Vector and the MP7. I would have recommended the MSMC if it hadn't been also hit with a patch update that made it worse. Luckily it wasn't hit as badly as the PDW, but it's not as good as the MP7 and Vector. The MP7 and Vector, they kill in one less bullet at close range than the PDW and MSMC, but because they didn't get those damage and reductions and recoil increases like the PDW and MSMC, they're much better at long range, and even in close range probably too. The Vector especially has really low recoil, I say really a lot, and the MP7 also, but has slightly higher magazine size, so it's down to personal preference between the two of those. Quite a few people choose the Vector because of the low recoil, it means it's easier to handle. I'm actually going to make a video soon about the Vector and how it's possibly the best SMG, so look out for that soon. It might come out in the next week. But yeah, the main message I'd like to give you today is that you should really reconsider using the PDW if you use it a lot. If you've noticed that it's not performing as well, that's because of the patch update. And you should try out some other weapons, because it always keeps the game fresh if you try out new weapons. It gets a bit old and you use the same old weapons. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Now we're actually getting close to 10,000 views, so that's quite a monument for us. And I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like and maybe a few comments on the video telling us what you thought and what we could do to improve, and also what videos you'd like to see next from us. Would you like to see some more information videos like this? Would you like to see some more live commentaries from someone like Dan Bobanks, the guy who did the KSG Worst Classes video? Or you could see some more Omegle videos by Mahir Ponja. And I also heard a rumour that Godzilla's Nan is preparing himself for his first commentary too, so watch out for that. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy who got the 15-man feed on headquarters. So be prepared for some amazing commentaries by him. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.